Right. So, in the last session, as far as the Gosu is concerned, especially as far as Guidewire Billing is concerned, we have discussed about uh, billing calculations, right? So, how generally the billing calculations will be done, etc. All that. Wherein today's session, I am going to discuss about how are we going to define Gosu classes for any commission that we are calculating for any broker commission, etc. All that. For this, I already mentioned earlier, repeating the same, we need to develop a Gosu programming code. That's what something where we can see because I have already defined a statement. There are three defined of statements were defined here. One is about defining a functionality to calculate the commission is one. Second, at the same time, one more statement we have defined to ensure the premium amount as well as the commission rate that we are validating before calculating, followed by any kind of calculating commission, etc. Everything will be taken into an account here. So for this, it's always important for us to gather the requirements first, because normally when we are writing the code, when we are developing this code, normally whatever the necessary requirements, details about the commission, right? So how it can be calculated, like what data that we are going to use to calculate the commission. For example, any kind of premium amounts or any kind of brokerage rate, policy types, etc. Next, when the commission that we are going to calculate, for example, when a bill is generated at policy issuances and all that, and what kind of formulas that we have to, or the conditions that affects the commission. For example, any kind of flat rates we have, or it can be any kind of percentage based, or it can be of tied rates, right? So all these things will be part of affecting when it comes to the commissioning structure is concerned. So in this regard, so being into the guideware development, especially on the billing point of view, we need to create a Gosu class or a functionality which majorly encapsulates the kind of logic for calculating any kind of brokerage commissions and all that. So in this regard, so I'm just explaining you about an example, right? Calculating a percentage commission based on the total premium, uh, how it looks like. So for that, generally we need to call upon the package, because package calculations generally we do. Package.com for guideware billing is something which normally we do. So followed by this, we need to define the functionality for calculating the commission. So for that, we have to define public function for calculation brokerage commission, as well as the kind of premium amount, right? So when we are calculating the premium amounts, we need to mention about the currency. So what currency depends on requirement to requirement. These currencies, country to country, currencies may vary. Okay, that's something which we have to be taken into account. Currency is taken. Next, we need to update the commission rate. Commission rate, normally commission rate can be of the one when we are mentioning. It can be on decimals also, decimal number like 0.23 or 0.56, something like that sort, right? Decimal numbers we come. We don't get the exact figure, okay? So the commission rates, when we are calculating, we may get the decimal number here. And followed by this, whatever the currencies do we have, everything we need to mention. That's where generally the public function we have to be updated here. So followed by the public decimals we have mentioned for the currencies. So we need to mention the premium amount, right? So if there is any, because there are two conditions we need to know. You know that if else condition will be updated for to perform the logic. For example, if the premium amount is null, okay, so assume that, right? So whatever the commission rate we have taken can also be null over here. So followed by the kind of premium rate, the logic we have to be applied, right? So premium is greater than, lesser than or equal to zero. Okay, so commission rate must be less than or equal to zero. Then the returning of the currencies normally will be zero. So when we are calculating any premium amount, especially the broker commissions, etc. So this is something where if logic we have to be mentioned. So after if logic, then next we need to update else also, right? So for that else you need to be updated. First of all, we need to define the statement for calculating the commission, wherein by updating written premium amount, which is considered under the commissioning rate, etc. So for this, there is an else condition which we have to be updated for the kind of statement that we are mentioning over here. Okay, so else condition that I am going to discuss in the next session. So this is what generally the guideware billing. Again, I'm saying guideware billing center is concerned when we are calculating any kind of commissioning rates, etc. for broker commissions, all that. So being into the guideware developer using Gosu programming, this is what something which normally we do.